Do you know you can come to UK by doing the processes by yourself? Hold on, hold on. Now, I am Nurse Mimi that always cares. I am here to give you some tips, some steps based on personal experience. I followed the process. I did everything by myself, and I'm in UK practicing as a mental health nurse. You had me right. And I recently passed my NCLEX examination. So I am here to tell you some tips that will help you, some steps you are going to use to do the same process I did. What are the steps? The first thing you are supposed to do is to get your RN license. Pass your nursing and midwifery council exams. You heard me. You have to try as much as possible to make sure you pass your nursing and midwifery exams, your RN. Verify it. Make sure it is the same depending on your country. Like the country, my home country, which is Nigeria, our license is the same with UK. It's equivalent with UK standard of practice. So that's why I use my home country registered nurse license. So after that, you finish the first step. The next step to do is to do your English proficiency exams. That's the second step. In this English proficiency exam, I will just go straight. You have your IELTS and you have your OET. In your IELTS, you need to use IELTS academics because you know we have two types of IELTS, IELTS general and IELTS academics. But the one you need for this process of coming to UK to work as a registered nurse is IELTS academics. And make sure you pass well from at least band 7 above. At least from band 7 above, because you will be tested in reading, you will be tested in speaking, you will be tested in listening, and you will be tested in speaking. They will test you in these aspects. Now, in OET, OET is going to test you based on your occupation because OET is mostly for doctors and nurses. They will test you based on occupation, where you hear about medical things, what they're discussing about medical things. So you make sure you write OET, and you have your results should be from B plus above, from B plus above. Then after you've gotten this, you've done your RN, you've done your English proficiency, the next step is NMC application. NMC application. In NMC application, you are going to create an account with NMC UK. Create an account, submit all the necessary documents, pay your registration fee. They will charge you for registration fee. You pay your registration fee by yourself. Once you pay your verification fee, they will do your verification with your home country because NMC is expecting you to pass 2 categories of exam. You are going to pass 2 categories of exam. When I mention NMC, I'm talking about NMC UK. You are going to pass 2 categories of exam. The first category is your computer-based test. Computer-based test, or you call it CBT. There are some centers which are approved by NMC that you can use to write this CBT. Some centers you can use. Some are in Lagos. I wrote mine in Lagos State. Some centers you can use to write this this CBT. Then after the CBT, you write your OSCE. Now, I will leave OSCE because OSCE, you don't write it outside UK. You write your OSCE once you are inside UK. The OSCE exams are being conducted, which is Objective Structural Clinical Exams, which is being conducted by UK NMC. You come over to write it before you get your PIN. Now, I will focus on CBT. Now, the CBT is an exam. They'll test you based on your area. Either you want to practice as a general nurse. General nurse, you work in acute ward, you work in med-surg, you work in, mention it, ICU, A&E. Or you want to register as a midwife. You do your CBT based on midwifery. Or you want to register as a mental health nurse in UK I registered as a mental health nurse in UK, so I wrote my CBT in mental health nurse. But before you write this exam, after the NMC has verified you, they verified you, they will send you an email stating that you are now eligible to go write these exams. Please, you can't write these exams if you've not gotten their email. They call it ATT. Once they give you ATT, authorization to go and test, then you go to Pearson VUE Center, book your exams, and pay some certain amount of money, book your exams, and write. The exam is the type that as you are finishing the exams immediately, you are getting your result. It's either you pass or you fail. So you need to prepare. They have the numeracy parts, which is the number word drug calculation part, and they have the clinical parts. So you must pass part A of CBT and part B of CBT, because employers will ask you for all these documents. The employers will ask you for all these documents. Not when they said, bring these documents you don't have. You must make sure you have those documents so that when your employer says, bring these documents, you have them already. So after you pass all these exams I've mentioned, your English proficiency, your CBT, remember OSCE will be written here. Then you start looking for job. So I am going to end this video now. After all this exam, you start looking for job. I repeat again. In my next video, which is going to be part 2 of this video, I'm going to share with you guys how to prepare for job interviews. There are many people looking for job, so don't misuse any opportunity you've gotten. Now, for today's video, don't give any agents any money. Do it in the comfort of your home. See you in part 2 of my video. Nurse Mimi will always care. Bye.